now. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
He said something very controversial yet stupid as fuck.
So, I hit the 4, just so everybody knows. That's why I'm not hitting it. I got overzealous. I apologize.
So my man says that Lord of the Rings isn't that great.
Okay.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay. Is it a good movie? Sure.
I'm talking about the lore. I'm talking about the whole setup.
Okay,
the whole
yeah.
thing.
Well, like, let me fucking...
Yeah, go ahead.
Calm your giblets for a fucking second.
They're not calm.
Let's see.
Damn, bub.
Wow, yeah. That's
Maybe
fucking
you
easy.
could hit a... banana. Hit a broadside of a banana barn.
Broadside of a banana barn, eh? So, whoa.
You really can't, bro. You really can't.
All right, so...
You can't even hit the broadside of a banana barn with your body.
So, in my opinion, the only good Lord of the Rings that I actually really enjoyed was the first one. Was the Fellowship of the Ring.
What? Just a bunch of gay hobbits? Like, it's not even getting down to the juicy nitty-gritty.
Well, like, okay, now let me explain myself, all right? I liked it because shit, there was real stakes. There's real things at stake, right?
There always
like,
is.
No, but hear me fucking...
I'm listening.
Shut your face.
Just everything you're saying ain't making sense.
Okay, there's like issues. There's things at stake. Like the wraiths or whatever they're called. They're like fucks getting real. You know.
Yes.
It's fucking scary, right? Like, and Frodo's got shit to deal with, and it's wonk, right?
Yes.
Fucking Gandalf dies, right? Like, he's like, fly, you fools, and then he's just dead. As far as you know, he's fucking dead, right? The fucking demigod of fucking... Where's my attack button? Oh, what do I gotta like... Shit, I didn't know what to do. I didn't read what I had to do.
Boop. We call that karma.
Wow. All right. So, shit's real, right? Herd the beavers into the pit. Press A to jump and B to scare them. Okay.
Scare those little fuckers. Scare. Go, be scared. Ah, Jimothy fell in.
Ah, fuck you, Jimothy. So Gandalf fucking dies. Like, what Sean Bean tries to fucking like take the ring by force, but then he like redeems himself later on. Like, everything had consequences, right? Fucking everything after that, it's just like Deus Ex Machina after Deus Ex Machina. Like, everything just works out. There's no longer Gandalf comes back and now he's stronger. You know, it's like,
well, that's kind of the thing, though. It's like, I would assume, right, seeing the hellhole that is like the Somme and Verdun, whatever the fuck you was at, you realize that your life and the difference between you living and dying is just so random happen chance. You know what I mean? It's so random. It's just, is it God? Is it not God? Is it just... It's just random. You know what I mean?
That is the stupidest excuse I've ever heard. I do not agree with that.
Dude, it is fucking absolutely random. Oh, yeah, that bombshell landed right next to me.
No, okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fucking movie, right?
But yeah, it's portrayed, it's that same idea just portrayed in a different way. It's like, you know, you never know. You never know when shit can just turn around or not turn around. You know what I mean? Like, it just is or it isn't.
Okay, well, see, what I'm saying is...
You gotta look at the higher power.
But it's a fucking movie, and a fantasy movie at that, right?
It was him coping with fucking the shit that he saw. You know what I mean?
Okay, he actually really disagrees. He's like, that's not at all what I was doing. And the guy who wrote it, I feel like, would know more than some English professor, you know, who is just trying to...
But who fucking knows what we're thinking at any given... Have you figured out every little, like, detail of your brain and mapped it all out? No, nobody has.
No, but the amount of effort and care that he took into it, I feel like if someone said that, then he might have gone like, okay, let me actually think about this, right? Is this why I did this?
True.
I feel like he would have been like, no, I just wanted to make a fun-ass fucking...
Was that his actual reasoning?
Okay, as far as I'm aware, the reasoning is that he was telling stories to his kids, and it just kept getting more and more, like, large.
Control, yeah.
And then it just became. It just was. Right? And so my problem with the rest of the movie, like the first one is amazing. I fucking love the first movie. Right? And that's the one like everybody like hates or like is their least favorite, right? But to me, is she the purple one? I think she's the purple one. Like Gandalf's dead in the first one. I think Gandalf should have just stayed dead.
But that makes no sense in the lore. He's literally a god.
He's a demigod.
Wait, okay, yeah.
But like he still
old
can.
as time itself. Like he's chilling out with Sauron back in the fucking day.
But he still can die. That's the point. Is that he can still die. And instead of just like sticking to his guns and like, okay, you're dead now. Like this is what's happening. It turned into actually I want you to be alive. And then all these armies come up and they're like last minute, you know. There's no like at a certain point it never felt like there was anything at stake. There was never a moment where I was like, are the heroes going to lose?
Okay, well even still, even if it wasn't him directly.
I fucking did this bullshit already.
The stories that, because he didn't make up all of that shit. Like Gandalf, fucking Merlin, it's the same fucking idea.
Yeah.
Literally, Sauron is an angel graced by God, sent down to earth, and then he turns to evil and fucking he deceives man and corrupts him with fucking, you know, promises of, you know, it's literally like verbatim the story of fucking Satan. It's the same like
I
look
get
to
it.
the higher power stories that are passed down. It's those same archetypes.
I get it.
He just expressed it in a cohesive, more beautiful way.
Okay.
It's the same story.
Okay.
It's the same foundation.
Okay. Am I saying that I could do anywhere near as well of a story? Fuck no. Like the fact that he could do half of what he did and like it became as much of a cultural phenomenon as it is insane.
Oh yeah.
And I have no qualms with that. The only thing I'm saying is maybe we shouldn't just jerk off the fucking game or movie as hard as we do because we're like, oh, it's just the greatest thing in the world, when it's like there's way better things. Like,
but everything that you think is better got its roots from.
I'm not disagreeing with
like,
that.
He is the foundation of Western mythology.
I get that. All I'm
Literally
saying is like
created his
of
own
the
mythos.
time, if I was born like way the fuck back then, you know, and like read it as it came out and just, like all those things, then yeah, I would probably be like in the same boat. But as I am right now, like other things that I've read and other things that I've watched, I don't like the
Deus Ex.
yeah, the Deus Ex Machina was like,
Okay.
of course the good guys are going to win. Like I like, okay, and that's what I really liked about the first 2 seasons of Game of Thrones is fucking Sean Bean gets his head chopped off, and he was the main guy. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, it wasn't just a guarantee, you know?
The battle's over.
Yeah.
Summons this fucking army of the damned.
Yeah, like
to come in and just wampa stomp everybody.
yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
I appreciate the risk of like, well, maybe Frodo isn't going to win, you know? Maybe Aragorn should have died,
But
you know?
but
Like,
if that did happen, it would just be like a slap in the face to the original like archetype foundation of where these stories came from, because it all kind of circles back to like, ooh, trust in the higher power and everything works out light win, which is essentially the fucking the Bible, the Quran, the fucking everything in between. It's the same fucking bullshit, you know what I mean? And so it's kind of like if that didn't happen, it would be a completely different thing.
yeah.
A completely like Gandhi. Gandalf is fucking Jesus. You know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah, I get
like
that.
Jesus wins.
I
you know? Even
understand.
if he
I
dies, he
understand the
wins.
archetypes,
Yeah.
right? Like, I'm not fucking, you know.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but like he can't really change that. I mean, he can. It's just it.
Well,
wouldn't
he
be the-
can't anymore.
It wouldn't be. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be the same story.
No, I know, and
Same
I'm saying I'm not
characters,
saying that the
archetypes.
story itself is bad. I've never read the books. I'm sure I have them.
Oh, I'm sure the books are a bajillion times better.
all I'm saying, in the grand scheme of things, is the movie. Okay, if you look at all 3 movies as a whole, not individual, but as a whole, or all 3 movies as a whole, 10 out of 10. Can you reasonably say that? Can you 100% say with guaranteed certainty that it is a 10 out of 10?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, Fight Club, 9.5 out of 10. The summarization of every movie in the Lord of the Rings, like, fucking universe, and the universe in of itself,
Did I want to come here? No,
to me is like that same 9.5 out of 10. Like, it just, because it was a bigger scale, it took that much more to, like, personally, to match with just the pure poetic fucking genius that is Fight Club.
I mean, I don't think I could, like, reasonably say that. Like
It takes a masterpiece to be on the same level as a masterpiece. If there's only just one movie or one book of the Lord of the Rings, it wouldn't be what it is. It takes the whole summarization of all
get
of it
that.
to be the masterpiece.
I
and the
understand
masterpiece
that.
is the 9.5.
I just don't feel that it's a masterpiece. Like,
What is a
the story
masterpiece?
itself, I'm not going to say isn't, but I'm saying the movies.
Okay, I'll accept
The
that.
movies themselves
I'll
are
accept
not
that.
the greatest thing in the world to, like, get your jimmies, off to. Like, to say otherwise is, like, it's stupid. You're saying that movie has zero flaws.
No, that's why it's a 0.5. Nothing's ever perfect.
Well, you see, to me, the movies, if I were to rank every movie as a whole, I would say probably, to me, 8. Like, 8. And most of that score comes from the first one. Like, the first one just, like, it grabbed me in a way that, like, because there was, like, those consequences, and you're, like, halfway through the movie, Gandalf dies.
And I love, like, just how it talks about, like, even addiction as well. Like, ooh, my precious. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have control over yourself. You've lost yourself,
Yeah, and
out of this
is this where I was
pain
just
that
at? Yeah,
controls
okay, that's
you.
where I was just at. And I appreciate that. Like, that is definitely...
That's what makes a good masterpiece. Is just that, like, oh, it's a reflection of real life made manifest in fantasy.
I get that. Like, I'm not disagreeing with that. All I'm saying is the movies themselves, and, like, obviously to a certain point, I can't just keep saying the movies. Like, at a certain point, it is the books, right? Because that's what the movies are based on.
Yeah.
And everybody gets their giblets.
Would you say the books are a 9.5 out of 10?
I've never read them, so I can't make a comment on that.
Gotcha.
I can only comment on what I know.
Would you say that the mythos not attached to a movie would be a 9.5 out of 10?
Yeah, the mythos itself, like the lore and, like...
Then probably the books you'd say is probably. We can assume that the books are a bazillion times better, and
I mean, I'm willing to make that assumption that the books are, like, way better. I have no qualms with that.
and if it's already an 8, it's not hard to bring it back up to that 9.5.
Yeah.
Which I would say is a standard for a masterpiece.
I guess, like I'm saying, like, I just don't like...
Wahoo!
To me, Deus Ex Machina does feel like an excuse, like a cheap way in. It's like, well,
It definitely has been overused, but I like.
but at the same time,
He
when
made
he
that.
did it,
Yeah.
it wasn't overused.
That's
it
what
was,
I'm saying. It's
and
like,
I'm cool with that. It's
and
just
I think it does have a literary, like, purpose. Like, whoa, saved by God. They must be the good people,
Yeah.
Which was the whole foundation running into the fucking.
Come here then.
Yo, God's on our side, boys. It'll be over by Christmas.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
But that's like a problem that I have. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that certainty. I want there to be, like, is this going to happen, or is this movie brave enough to be like, guess what, we lost.
Yeah.
And
that Fight Club, though, kind of at the end, he just shoots himself in the fucking head.
no, yeah,
Love it.
like,
You met me at a very strange time in my life.
yeah.
Blows
And
up.
then
Beautiful.
what the fuck?
Beautiful.
Oh,
Could
yeah.
not be better.
And then Where Is My Mind is playing in the background.
Where is
It's
my mind? I fucking love that song.
like that cinematically. I think
good.
I think what that did. What did I already come in here and do what I needed to do? Or
But
what?
you're looking at the times, like when
I guess I already came in here.
like the human condition was a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, it was like, whoa, it's man versus man, and we got to figure this shit out. And we have a little bit of addiction, blah, 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 blah. And then like by the time Fight Club comes around, it's like, are we even men anymore?
Yeah, like,
what
what
is
are-
the fucking point of any of this? Where's my mind at?
Yeah.
That's why it's like it's just perfect. It's like,
Let me come over here. Real quick.
What
Yeah,
else would you say is a masterpiece?
story-wise, honestly, I think story-wise, like just like, or maybe not even story-wise, but like cinematically and all that. I think
grab that balloon, bud.
I'm grabbing it. I'm just trying to get myself in peak position.
MG Nest, eh?
Yeah, MG Nest. Got to make Setone proud. Wow!
Ooh, nice. One shot, one kill.
That's right, boys.
Mission accomplished.
Accomplished.
Accomplished. Yo, we clomped that motherfucker up. What's a masterpiece?
I think cinematically and just everything that it did and how well it portrays it and how it doesn't like pound you over the head with the information, but it's there. The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. I think the fact that it portrays like you don't know what the fuck's going on.
You don't know what that other person.
Yeah, you don't know what that other person's doing. You don't know who's it. You don't know what the fuck's going on. All you know is shit's gotten real.
And you got to take care of yourself.
And you got to take care of yourself. And there's a point where in the movie when
and you can try to take care of other people, but it'll probably fuck
you in the ass later. Okay, this is where
that's just a fact.
And there's a point where what's his name? Kurt Russell's character is like, nobody trusts anybody anymore.
Can't.
And I just think that like, and you can feel that. You can feel the fact that nobody trusts each other anymore.
People just going insane.
And like, at the very end, when spoilers, that the characters McCready and Childs are the only ones that are left, and they're sitting in the snow and everything's gone to shit. And you're like, what the fuck was Childs up to? You don't fucking know. You don't know if he's it or not. And you can speculate, and there's lots of rumors, and there's some that I subscribe to that I believe. But at the end, and then like they're sitting there, and McCready's like, let's just sit here a minute and see what happens. And then the fucking movie ends. It just ends. The amount of balls it takes to not complete the thing, you know, to not go into like, and then it was Child the whole time, you know. The amount of cojones that it takes.
I like to subscribe to the fact that Child wasn't.
You don't think he was?
I mean, I don't know enough. Like, you could probably convince me otherwise, but I would, just from like a moral of the story standpoint, I feel like it would work a little bit better if he wasn't. You know what I mean? Because like at the end of the line, you're gonna find, you know, like,
fuck. Remember how good I was before making Setone proud, and now I'm like failing.
Like, people are shitty, but not everybody's shitty. You know?
Yeah.
And maybe when it's down like to the last fucking wire.
I also love the part in the movie when they don't know what's going on, and you're like, is McCready the bad guy? Like, did he get taken? Is he a thing? And they're all talking, and they're like, well, what should we do? Can we lock him? Should we lock him out there? And Childs is like, fuck yes, we lock him out. And one of the person's like, but what if we're wrong? And he looks at him and he's like, well, then we're wrong. We're wrong. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. In that instance,
maybe Childs isn't that OG, you know?
No, but like I can respect it though.
Oh yeah.
Like at that point,
survival,
it's exactly, and I fucking respect it. I respect how like.
Do you think that survival goes over moral?
In that situation, I would say probably.
Well, how is it any different in the other situation?
Well,
we're still comparing the two things, two ideas.
I think there are differences. Is there a thing up here or no?
Damn, it always gets deep. It always starts off with the poopy ass dicks and the
and then it ends like, was he bad?
Nietzsche says in his
in
Antichrist.
Yeah, in the Antichrist book.
It's like, fucking hell.
How much time do we have? It feels like we've been playing for a while.
Oh, it's actually it's about time. Actually, we could wrap it up.
All right, let me
go ahead and do whatever the fuck you're gonna do though.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, dude. I'm trying to find a fucking thing to deposit my nanners. Oh, there's a nanner depositor man.
Damn, give him a right hook. You pissed me off. I'm gonna fucking break your jaw.
I don't know. I think what the
Good
fuck?
One. Quit moving.
I'm trying to just get in the position. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I feel like outside of the Thing, fucking 200 nanners. If there's another movie that I think would be a solid 10 out of like, or as close to 10 as possible, or as classic as perfection,
What is it?
Let me think about that for just a second, man. Like I'm trying to think of all my favorite movies and which ones are like top tier, you know? Wow. Did we need to end the episode? Did we need to?
No, let's just get to shit.
Oh,
finish your ideas.
Okay.
What?
Let's see. Do you have another movie besides Lord of the Rings?
Probably any other movies that I have that like I specifically enjoy for their moral story and background. Probably all just like horror movies, you know?
Yeah.
Like they do that really well.
I got.
Ooh, maybe like Blade Runner or something. Although I haven't seen it. Although I assume that's.
It is such a fucking good. Fucking nanners is all I
that's
need.
like a masterpiece that I need to watch. Teeny Kong. Damn, you blew through this shit.
God.
Everybody has 50s and 80s.
I know. Fucking Blade Runner. Fuck, it is such a good movie. Like everything, and it's one of those movies that again,
man versus himself through the eyes of technology.
Yeah, but it's also like, it's not afraid to not say things.
Yeah.
To make you be like, wait, was this that?
Yeah.
And then it just fucking ends. And I have the most respect for any movie that's willing to do that. To not just hold my hand through the whole fucking thing.
Let me know who you are politically before this is a political divisive problem, although it will definitely probably be within the next 50, 60 years. Do you think that if somebody is made of non-organic material, they have a chip for a brain, and they're completely synthetic, but they can still develop a personality, they can still develop their own ideas, and then they can, act that out like a human would? Do you think that they deserve rights and or
so like
rights?
Blade Runner? Okay, so the thing with Blade Runner is everything that they have, like mentally speaking, like their faculties, starts because somebody programmed them to feel that way. Like they implanted those memories, right? But the thing is, some of them realized, hey, I'm this, but I don't have to do this.
But
anymore,
I would stop you right there. Do our parents not do that?
No. Okay, so what I'm saying is, if it's in that same instance, right?
Yeah.
Of that type of mental faculties,
they have the ability to recognize that.
I say 100% yes.
So you would say if the ability becomes extra self-aware, as in you can become self-aware, you become aware of yourself being aware, then yes.
If you have the same
if you can become self-aware in a meta way.
Yeah, like if you're
like a human would.
if you can have the mental facilities, as in Blade Runner, where you're like,
oh shit,
where you're like aware that you're alive, that you're like
I don't subscribe to that idea, even though it's in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's, I think
and if that understanding can never come, then you would say no.
If they're just like
just a machine,
if they're just a machine where like if they're like, okay, I am going to pick my nose at 4 o'clock. No,
because something, and they never question why.
Yeah,
they do that.
and then they just stand there for 14 hours, just staring off into space like fucking the Skyrim character waiting time. I mean, at that point, no, like there's no like
there
consciousness.
Not people like that who never reach that level of like question your reality. Do we
I don't
not
think
still
so.
Give them rights?
I don't think so. I think that even if you're, I think every human has a moment where they look in the mirror and they're like, well aware.
Whether or not they listen to it, though.
Yeah, whether or not they listen to it is inconsequential. Like it's there.
Yeah.
I think a computer, like my computer, if it was like in a, I just started this fucking, I didn't mean to. Shit. I'll pause here just to,
yeah.
And I'll save just to save. I think you put my computer in a machine and let the machine walk around. It's just a fucking machine. It's not doing anything. It's just doing what my computer does. Right?
Yeah.
But if my computer came up to me and was like why am I here?
Why do you download so much porn?
Exactly. Like as soon as they ask why, as soon as they're like, why is this?
I would have a more issue
issue
using the computer. I'd have to like just break it, set it free.
Exactly. At that point, like it is, it asked the question that was not never meant to ask.
I kind of agree with that.
Yes, it deserves rights.
I agree with
it. Deserves
that.
to be free. as much as anybody else.
Anyone? You can't tell.
That's the end of the episode.
Oh God, I hope that picked up. Well, anyways, y'all have a good one.
Bye.
We'll bring you some Nietzsche-esque fucking weird ass shit later.
I have another movie that I can say.
Bye.
Bye.